Well, the big cruise news of today, Royal Caribbean has come out and done the thing. You know, the not vaccinated cruise thing. They've just announced that you're going to be able to cruise on select voyages completely vax-free. Plus, Disney cruisers, we've got updates for you, and Princess cruisers. If you're coming into Alaska, which is where I am right now, look at it, it's right behind me, there's news for you as well. Let's roll the intro. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey, and I'd like to welcome you here to Tracy Arm Fjord here up in beautiful Alaska. I just got off the Glacier expedition ship. It's a small cruise that goes right up to a couple of the glaciers here. I can't wait to share my experiences with you. But here, take a quick look, a sneak peek at some of the things I saw today. It was absolutely amazing. Wow, what did you think about that? I ran into a huge family of seals, tons of wildlife, even got to see a massive chunk of ice calve off of the glacier here. Absolutely breathtaking. If you're wondering, it's just light jacket weather here up in Alaska right now. It's been clear skies up until pretty much right now. An absolutely amazing day altogether. Now let's get things kicked off with a question of the day. And today's question is, have you ever seen an Alaskan glacier in person? Let me know your answer down in the comments below. While you're down there, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss anything coming out from here in Alaska. Now let's get into the big cruise news of the day. And this is what I've been talking about for 6 to 8 months now. We're gonna see a major cruise line here in the US drop vaccine requirements as soon as they can. And then you're gonna start to see the dominoes begin to fall with the other cruise lines who don't want to miss out. Well, that first domino to fall, it's Royal Caribbean. Starting September 5th, there's going to be select itineraries on Royal Caribbean that will no longer require a vaccination to cruise. Now, there still will be pre-cruise testing. You still have to test 3 days prior to embarkation for your cruise, whether you're vaccinated or whether you're not. Now, this new protocol goes into effect for select sailings on September 5th, so we're just a couple weeks away. And these sailings go to places like the Mexican Riviera and the Western Caribbean. So not all sailings out of the US are going to qualify. As a matter of fact, I got a list here. I want to read it to you. Cruises from Los Angeles, from Galveston, New Orleans, Louisiana, and a specific European home port are the only ones that are going to be encompassed in this new non-vaccine requirement cruising. Sorry, the dump bucket's going on behind me. I hope you don't hear too much noise. Now, some other things to keep in mind if you're cruising Royal unvaccinated, there are going to be certain port calls that the cruise line's not going to let you get off the ship if you haven't shown a proof of vaccination. Grand Cayman is a perfect example of that. I was just in Grand Cayman a couple weeks ago. Hey, if you're ever in Grand Cayman, go off the ship, turn left, and find a place called Waffle Monkey. You won't regret it for breakfast. Skip breakfast on the ship. Go to Waffle Monkey. That's my top tip. So let's talk about the elephant in the room here about this change, and that's Eastern Caribbean itineraries, including to Royal's Private Island Perfect Day at Coco Cay. You're still going to need to be fully vaccinated to get on a cruise ship or get a waiver to get on a cruise ship to call on those specific ports. So that's, you know, the Bahamas, they're a little bit behind the times right now. So that's the big caveat here. That's the update as it stands now for Royal Caribbean and their vaccination policy moving forward in the first week of September. Now, as we get ready to head into our next cruise news story, I want to remind you, if you love supporting channels like this, independent content creators, the best way to do it is by gearing up for your next cruise. And the best place to do that is in my Amazon affiliate store. There's a link in the description below, and I'll pin one right up here in front of this ugly water slide. Yeah, I couldn't find a better place to film, but I really wanted you to see this water behind me. Hey, a quick update for Disney cruisers. You have until the end of September to use your pandemic future cruise credits. They gave me that 125% bump from the cruise line. Well, if you haven't yet used those credits, the bump is going away. And sort of the big problem for you here is if you haven't booked it for that credit yet, you only have 2 more months to actually book and sail, because you have to sail by the end of September, not just book, to go ahead and take advantage of that full future cruise credit. So check your cruise planner, call the cruise line, call your travel agent, make sure you're not missing out, leaving some of that future cruise credit on the table. All right, Princess Cruisers. A lot of you will know they've been having a lot of trouble with rock slides here in Alaska at Skagway, specifically in the White Pass Railway dock. Unfortunately, because of the rock slides and the continued problems they're having there, Princess is removing 10 different itineraries that are stopping in Skagway, and they're gonna substitute another port here in Alaska. So if you're on a Princess cruise, say you're up here on the Ruby Princess, which I just got to see earlier today, cruising a few miles ahead of us. She was very pretty. I'm not sure if I got a good shot of her, but if I do, I'll show it to you here. And this is gonna affect the Majestic Princess, the Discovery Princess, as well as the Royal Princess. Instead of going to Skagway, you're going to Icy Strait Point. Top tip about Icy Strait Point, not a lot of infrastructure there. I'm gonna be there tomorrow. So if you wanna do something off the ship in Icy Strait, make sure you book an excursion, because otherwise you're gonna go out to the gift shop, walk around in some dirt, and get bored. All right, Galveston cruisers, this next one is for you. Did you know there's a $33 million influx of cash coming your way to help improve the Port of Galveston? And you probably already know that the Port of Galveston kind of desperately needs all of this money. Last time I was there, I have to say, it was a little bit tired, a little bit sleepy, and it definitely needed a big facelift. Now, Royal Caribbean, for their part, is working on a brand new terminal that's supposed to be open later this year. And I showed you it the other day. If you didn't see it, go ahead and look after this video to one of my previous episodes. However, the Port of Galveston is expecting some big name ships in the coming months and years, most notably the Carnival Jubilee, Norwegian Prima, as well as Ruby Princess will all call the Port of Galveston home, and this $33 million is going to go a long way to improving the quality of life for cruisers out of Galveston. So that's going to do it for the cruise news today. If you made it this far into today's episode, make sure you're subscribed to the channel with the thumbs up button pressed. I've had a lot of people message me and say, I'm not getting the notices when you publish your videos, so that's probably the thing to do. Just make sure you got that the couple of swooshes around the notification bell. That should help you out and solve that problem. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel on this beautiful day but chilly day in Alaska. And until next time, we'll see ya on the Midships. Hey, thanks so much for sticking through to the end of this video. I am still like gobsmacked from that Glacier Explorer excursion that I just got off of. We spent 3 hours driving through this amazing turquoise water, getting up close and personal with wildlife. We saw mountain goats, we saw baby mountain goats, seals, baby seals, saw a glacier calving. Well, why don't I stop talking about it and just show you a little bit? We'll see you tomorrow. Already a couple of miles up the fjord away from the ship. We're going to travel about 20 miles all said. Starting to see a few more little chunks of blue ice, and those chunks are getting a little bit bigger. Well, here we are, the Sawyer Glacier, and I just gotta say, I was not prepared for the way I'm feeling right now. If you're on the fence about this excursion, I'm halfway through it, and all I can tell you is do it, do it, do it.
la 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 la